Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you have been chilling as always. Here I am today with another video. In this video, we're going to learn how to test our internet speed properly with the PowerShell, then later on with the browser. But the PowerShell output takes precedency over the browser test because it ignores the browser overhead, like if the browser has any heavy extensions, if the browser is running JavaScript at the background, if you are also running any video streaming like with YouTube through the browser or any other browser operations that requires network. In that case, the throughput will be different. That means your network speed could show up sluggish or slower. Reason why we are going to do the PowerShell operation first, then we are also going to do a test with the browser only for comparing. Okay, so without beating around the bush, let's cut to the cheese. Execute this link, Winget installed, and the name of the installer package. The PowerShell has to run in administrative mode, but in few cases, the Winget install command may not execute because sometimes users do not have Winget installed in their computer. If it works fine, then go ahead and execute it. Just press enter. It is installing. If you see the download has completed and then successfully verified installer hash, then we can simply close the PowerShell. It is running as admin, and then maybe we can simply type speed test. I would say yes. It is doing the test live. Well, this is the output analytics. Now let's break it down. It is very simple. First, this is the manufacturing company, Ookla server, that is in Ashburn. So I live in Maryland. Closest server is in Ashburn, VA. That's why it's showing exactly in which server, in which location the packet has been sent. In my case, that is in. Now here is the main gist. Ideal latency is 9.04 millisecond. That means it is the round trip time required to go to this server and come back. Here is the jitter. This is the low and the high. The lower it is, you will have a seamless and a smoother video calls rendering or audio calls or rendering. The higher the number will be, that will be choppy or stuttering. So in that moment when the speed test took place, the lowest jitter captured was 8.86 millisecond and highest was 9.41 millisecond. The difference is 0.29 millisecond. That means it is within the perfect threshold. In other words, the connection is very stable and high speed. Download 94.59 Mbps, data used 47.5 megabyte. Here could be a confusion, but that is very simple. This 94.59 Mbps was the capacity, whereas only 47.5 megabyte was downloaded. That means my network adapter through my router could have been download 94.59 Mbps megabyte per second, but I only downloaded 47.5 megabyte because that's the file size. Same here. Upload speed was 94.86 Mbps, but I had to download 100.1 megabyte in order to determine the real upload speed was and is 94.86 Mbps during that test. So the jitter explanation is still the same. The lower the number will be, the seamless and smooth connection you will have. Okay, now by any chance if the Winget install command does not work through the PowerShell, then we can directly come to this website speedtest.net/apps.cli. Then choose your OS version. Here is the same thing that I mentioned earlier. It measures internet connection, performance metrics like download and upload latency, etc, etc. If you're a Mac user, then this will be your command. I am a Windows user and a Windows admin, so I will download the Windows version, and this is the Windows 64 architecture. I have already downloaded it through my Google Chrome, so I can simply press Ctrl J. Then it will show me all downloaded files and folders. Here is the downloaded file. It is a zip format. Open. I will first cut it, then I'll go to my C volume. Here I'll go to program files, then I'll create a new folder. It is confirming I have the administrative privilege. I will hit enter. If I do not have, then it will deny. But anyway, I will name this folder as a speed test. I'll paste here. I will extract the file here. Okay, the path is not correct, so let me copy this, extract, continue. This is the main executable file. If you see with the .exe extension, this will run the test. That's why we need to keep that in a safe directory. Then we need to add the folder to the path, so we will press Windows S, then we'll type edit the system environment This is the one. Here I will first click the environment variables, then under system variables, this is the path. I will hit edit, then new, then here I will exactly input that link. Hit OK, OK, OK. Then we'll again go back to our PowerShell and I will simply type speed test, and it will be the same. It's the same thing, but this time manually. I guess we don't require any more specification because we have already discussed those outputs and parameters. The last thing, I will go to that website again, but this time I will click speed test and I will hit go. Now this is through the web browser, but as a network and system admin, I would guide you to do the test with the PowerShell. A browser, then a browser have a lot of extensions. Like I have a lot of extensions. The browser can run JavaScript. I mean, the browser could have a video streaming running like YouTube or any other services that requires internet connection. That time the output will be different. The throughput will be different. Your actual internet speed could be higher than what you get here because your browser is killing the bandwidth. Also, your browser has some overhead. So browser is also consuming some bits and bytes. That's why if you really want a accurate answer and precise answer, I would highly recommend to do the test via the PowerShell. Now if I do a side-by-side comparison, this is a little bit different. As I said, browser will be a little bit different. This is the most accurate one between these two, but the browser with the graphical user unit, that is more user friendly and most feasible. That's why people like this one most. You can also run this test with your cell phone, so your cell phone will also have a similar output. Maybe the numbers are different, but you can also do the network test with your cell phone if you go to speedtest.net website. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Stay well. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel. And as always, if you have any questions, please leave your questions to the comment section and I will try to catch up soon.